So if you could just put these in real quick.
I don't like where this is going.
And then if you could just hit the space bar when you get a second. Hang on. Well, I'll tell you when to hit the space bar. Just hit the space bar.
Okay.
And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. Super Bowl time.
I just want the record to show that when I won last year, I don't give a shit about your 4. I don't care. I was humble about it the entire time. So I just want to make that record known.
Super Bowl time. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Super Bowl special. The audio might be a little buggy in this one. This is kind of my first time with a new microphone and doing a 2-person setup for a recording. And it is the 4-time champion coming back at you. Don't use my Lego against me. But we have the Super Bowl special. Now, I'll leave it up to you. We can go through the AFC and NFC championship real quick, or we can get right into the challenge.
Well, I am bold. Hit me.
All right, we're going with the challenge first. So we're going to start with the challenge. Once again, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I did not get the hottest sauce that they have, but it's one of them. And I had one earlier, and I'm sorry. This time I got you boneless because I thought it'd be easier. Once again, not sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, but would love to be. I'm always a nice person. I did buy him milk, which is behind you, by the way. We'll let him get into his first wing over there.
I gotta eat. No, they're not wings. I gotta eat my spicy nuggets.
Yes, they're chicken nuggets.
That's what they are.
They're chicken nuggets. If you call boneless wings chicken wings, fuck you. They're chicken nuggets. You're eating chicken nuggets, you child. Eat it with the bone.
I can already tell this is gonna be fucking painful. Oh god, this is gonna be fucking awful.
Okay. Oh, go. Okay, first question. Which of these quarterbacks has never thrown an interception in the Super Bowl? Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna be chugging this shit. Okay. I know Peyton has, because in the Super Bowl he threw a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Montana hasn't.
That's your answer is C, Joe Montana? Okay, we're waiting. The other ones were Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes had to have at least once. Fuck, it's still burning. Stop, power through. I don't remember if Mahomes had. No, Mahomes did. 'Cause in that Bucs one, I'm pretty sure he threw a pick in that game because he looked like god awful in that game. I'm gonna go with Joe Montana. I feel like it's Tom Brady, but I'm gonna go with Joe Montana.
Joe Montana actually holds the record for most pass attempts in a Super Bowl without throwing an interception.
Insane. That's wild.
Joe Montana is the correct answer, so you are safe for now.
Okay, Jesus Christ. I knew Brady at least threw one.
Regardless, Joe Montana has definitely not thrown an interception, so that is a correct answer. No wing for you, so you get to answer this next one with a little bit more of a clear head. In this upcoming Super Bowl, we have a rematch of just 2 years ago when the first time in NFL history we had 2 African-American quarterbacks play against each other. Mm-hmm. Who was the first African-American quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Is it A, Doug Williams? Is it B, Russell Wilson? Is it C, Randall Cunningham? Or is it D, Steve McNair?
So, what's funny is I know this one. McNair lost. Who's the other one?
Randall Cunningham.
And I don't think Randall Cunningham ever made it. So the answer is Doug Williams. That one I did know. I don't know if I'm right on Wilson being the second one. I could be wrong on that one. But I do know the first was Doug Williams.
Doug Williams was the first one. I wasn't sure if you were going to know Doug Williams. I mean, I kind of put some easier answers in there. But
I at least knew Randall and Steve McNair didn't, because in the that was also that Super Bowl. I think I was barely I was only a couple months old. My dad's a Rams fan. That's the first Rams Super Bowl he got to see. Well, it's also the first Rams Super Bowl in general. So I've always known that one.
Final question.
Oh, jeez.
To see if you have to finish that wing. Otherwise, I might bring those to work and make people at work eat them. One of the best running back seasons out of Saquon Barkley in NFL history. Mm-hmm. He's been putting up unreal numbers throughout the entire postseason. There is a certain yardage that he will need to reach in order to break the 204-yard record that was set by this person in a Super Bowl. So, the question, obviously, who holds the record for most rushing yards in a Super Bowl? The answer being 204 yards. But who holds that record? Is it A, Marcus Allen? Is it B, Timmy Smith? Is it C, Franco Harris? Or is it D, John Riggins?
I don't think it's Riggins. I know he was on those Washington teams when they won. I think he was. I know Timmy Smith, but I don't think it's him. I feel very confident it's not Riggins, and I feel very confident it's not Franco. I feel like I know it's Marcus Allen. I gotta look away so I don't know which one it is. Am I at least?
I don't have the answers on the phone. I just have the question, so you can look at the question all you want.
But do you know well, obviously.
I know the answer, so.
So is it either Marcus Allen or Jimmy Smith? Is it one of those ones?
I don't know if I want to answer that question, Ben.
It's Marcus Allen then.
Are you sticking with Marcus Allen?
I had to stick with it. I gotta stick with it because I don't feel confident in anyone else but him.
Would you prefer to flip? I'll give you one chance to change if you want to change. But if you're confident with Marcus Allen, we can stick with Marcus Allen.
I'm going to stick with Marcus Allen.
I gave him the chance, guys. It is Timmy.
It's fucking Timmy. Who the fuck is Timmy Smith?
Washington Redskins, 1992 against the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my god. What was Marcus? I could have swore it was Marcus Allen.
He had an insane game. But not as insane as Timmy Smith did. Also, fun fact, the record for most points scored in a quarter in a Super Bowl, Washington put up 35 in a quarter in that Super Bowl.
Oh, I would not have guessed that.
All on that Timmy Smith shit. Shout out to Timmy Smith gang, people who know who Timmy Smith is out there.
Well, you know what? We said off screen, if I got all these right, you would have to eat one. So you know what? You luck out at least, but good God, this is going to be awful.
You did almost get that. Yeah, you did almost do that.
I at least got the 50 because I knew it wasn't Franco and I knew it wasn't.
So while you're eating that wing, I do have a bonus question for you. I'm going to get something set up, though, while I do that real quick. Is this worse than chugging hot sauce?
Yes, because this I feel... This is going to sound so fucking sus. This I feel more in my mouth, the sauce more in my throat. And I'm keeping that in there. God damn it. Come on. I'm chugging this immediately. Go.
Okay, I do have a bonus question for you, Ben. If you get this one wrong, which I don't think you're going to because it's a pretty easy question, you don't have to eat a wing. But I'm going to ask this question anyway. We can't go through a Super Bowl without talking about one of the winningest Super Bowl quarterbacks in history, Thomas Brady, who's going to be announcing this game as well. We used to make fun of Tom Brady a lot. Tom Brady was known as the blank merchant.
The check down merchant.
Yeah, check down your throat for these nuts, bitch!
Are you playing the fucking...
I played the air horn.
That's funny. I gotta switch to whole milk.
Oh, man. So now that Ben is done with his questions, he's done with his wings, I'm going to let you cool off for a little bit while...
Well, first, I will give you... That was good. I will give you...
That was a great dick joke. I've been waiting for that for like 3 weeks now.
Is that because of the fucking Black Ops one?
I was praying to God. Like, my entire... Like, that is the whole reason I picked the Chiefs. That's the whole reason I picked the Chiefs.
Was it a dick joke?
I wanted to make... Because I'm pretty confident the Chiefs were going to win the game. And, like, you have to bet on the Chiefs. I wanted to go with the safe route. I needed to win. I needed to win, guys. I needed to be able to get that joke out there. Somehow, some way, some shape, some form. It had to be done. Okay, but while he cools off, let me quickly just run through the NFC and AFC Championship recap of the games. We will talk about it a little bit with slower here in a little bit. But in the NFC Championship game, the Eagles went up against the Washington Commanders, and it was pretty much what we all expected to happen.
It was belt to ass.
Eagles were just too much for Washington. It is what it is. Washington had a great season, and Jaden Daniels is going to be a great quarterback in this league for years to come, but it was not bound to happen this season. We move on to the AFC Championship, the controversial AFC Championship, which everybody knew it was going to be if the Chiefs won, it was going to be controversial, even if it was like 30-0. Like, it didn't matter. No one's going to be happy if the Chiefs won that game regardless, but bottom line, you can't avoid it. Andy Reid is an outstanding coach when it comes down to those late fourth quarter drives. He just has the most...
It came down to coaching.
It came down to coaching. Andy Reid outcoached Sean McDermott. That's what happened. We'll get more into like the more controversial stuff with slower in a little bit. It made it clear that Josh Allen needed fucking help.
My main thing is James Cook was cooking that entire game. I don't care if Josh Allen is MVP. Why aren't you giving him the ball?
Which obviously set up the Super Bowl that none of us wanted. It is the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, only one person that I know, and that's my roommate.
We make all the jokes that we're not going to watch the game, but we are going to watch the game. I mean, we're football fans.
It's still football.
I'm a football fan first. I mean, I'm obviously going to be rooting for the Chiefs in this game, but it is time to get slower in here. I was about to say it's time for the Super Bowl picks, but I forgot we need to get slower in here. So let's get slower in here for a recap of his season and how he did with some of his hot takes. So, Slower, let's get you in here. I totally wasn't recording the wrong screen the entire time, so we're not starting this
Fuck
over.
yeah.
All right, Slower, it is Super Bowl weekend. Welcome back. I believe you're supposed to be going through all the hot takes that panned out this year. I'm not going to make the same joke a second time in a row. I made a joke that was, this is going to be a short segment, but now I just feel bad because I'm making him record this for a second time in a row. So, hey, I only did it twice this season now, and we didn't get through the full thing this time. We only got like 2 seconds into your first thing. So let's hear the hot takes that panned out for Slower throughout the year.
Gentlemen, first off, I just want to say it's been an honor being here. But I do have to say, we're in the wrong fucking timeline where the Commanders couldn't beat the fucking Eagles. And the Bills, the refs just said, hey, it's not actually a first down, believe it or not. First down's right here. You're right here. It ain't a first down. Fuck that. Ball's on the ground. Apparently that's a catch, but Des Bryant didn't catch it. I don't know what the fuck a catch is anymore. And I'm a Packers fan saying that.
I'll give you that one. Ball didn't move, but I'll give you that one. In my personal opinion, on a quarterback sneak, if it's not clear that you got the first down, you shouldn't get it.
And
it's too broken of a play.
It was pretty fucking clear, buddy.
It's not clear.
There's literally, you know what? This isn't about this.
You're right.
We'll get into that later. Gentlemen, I have a couple hot takes that were very good, some that were very bad. The ones that were very bad, I'm going to blow through quickly just because they were like, what the fuck ever hot takes. Like, for example, I said Jameis Winston would lead the Browns to the playoffs. What the fuck was I thinking, right?
That was a bad one.
Another one was Joe Flacco leading the Colts to an AFC South title. What was I thinking again? Slower's just stupid, apparently. But there are some that, were also pretty good as well. I did say the 49ers would not make the playoffs in like week 3. Jalen Daniels could be the first rookie player. I don't think I said QB, first rookie player since Jim Brown to win an MVP. It's not going to happen, but it's right there. If he had the same season he had this year, like next year, I can see it happening. I did say in my preseason hot take that the Cowboys would not make the playoffs. I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm happy that one panned out.
I was like, I'm happy too.
Exactly. I did say in week 18, this one was very close actually hitting. I did say in week 18 that both the AFC West and NFC North would all be one and done. Obviously, the only team that's not one and done are the fucking Kansas City Devils. Because of that, those fucking, it didn't work out. But the Lions, Packers, and Vikings were all eliminated fucking first time. Same with the Chargers and the Broncos. One of my favorite ones that I got, which is still one of my favorite hot takes of all time, is when I said Michael Penix would then be the starter, and immediately Nick got that notification, like literally a second later. So that will always be a favorite of mine. That was golden.
That is a top 5 all-time
think
Knicks picks moment.
Yeah, I can't even argue. That's probably even
all 5 seasons. That's got to be a top 5 moment.
Yeah, that was up there.
I did say week 8 that Jerome Mayo would be fired from the Patriots. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. Yeah, that was pretty simple. I did say, and I kind of want your guys' opinion on this one now, actually, if you guys do not mind. I said that if the Ravens do not make the Super Bowl, then they will be the biggest letdown of all the NFL teams. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. I think it's the Bills now. You're 0-4.
I was about to say, if
what
you
we
were
doing?
still standing on that, my answer would have been Buffalo.
I can't, yeah.
And I put that out there, too. I put out there that Sean McDermott is not... I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but a lot of people put him, like, top 5. I don't think he's top 5.
I think he just gets in his head when it's the Chiefs.
I will agree with something that John Gruden did say. If you guys watch Barstool Sports, he does a little funny thing where he takes in calls afterwards. He said if you're in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs and you have to rely on the refs in order to simply get 1 yard, you do not deserve to win that game.
I agree. And that goes to what I was saying with the QB sneak. Like, if you didn't clearly get the first down, you shouldn't get it. Because the QB sneak is so broken as it is. And you can barely ever tell where the ball is in that pile anyway.
Yeah.
If that was the Chiefs, they would have gone. That's all I'm going to say.
That's not necessarily wrong. That's not necessarily wrong. But we would be I would be spitting a different story here, saying that he didn't get it because unless he clearly got it, he shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I did say, and also one of my favorite episodes I've ever done. I think it actually has like the most views. I believe, if I just remember correctly.
I want to shout out, since you brought that up, by the way. For whatever reason this year, I decided to go on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube stays consistent. YouTube, we got to pick up the YouTube game a little bit next year, guys. But Facebook, the last couple weeks of the season, we're hitting like 300 plus per episode. So shout out to the three of us for bringing those numbers up at the end of the season. Just wanted to shout that out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I didn't know that was even happening. I did say that the Chiefs would three-peat. I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna fucking three-peat. Let's just call it what the fuck it is. But like, let's just keep it honest here. I'm not even gonna say it's gonna be all of some referee bullshit. I'm not even gonna say all that. They're like, there's gonna three-peat.
I don't want to ruin our Super Bowl picks right away, so I'm gonna leave that head nod that I just put in like 2 seconds ago, and leave it at that.
I did say that the Commanders would win a playoff game. This is back in like week 7, and something that we were all actually completely wrong on, which I actually had to sit down and laugh at this. We all said that the Commanders would win a playoff game, but if they had to versus Detroit, they would get blown the fuck out. We were all wrong on that one.
I mean, even when they were playing Detroit, did any of us see that happening?
I was like,
no.
go back 2 weeks ago when we made those
Yeah.
pussy
Oh,
cams.
Pussy Cam!
Even Pussy Cam agrees.
So I'm gonna ask you, gentlemen, a question.
Pussy
As we get a nice
Cam!
Pussy Cam. Honestly, who has a better chance of winning the NFC if they go to the NFC? Josh Allen or Lamar? Because I think if Josh Allen really wants to go win a Super Bowl, you might have to go to the NFC, buddy.
New York Giants! I would probably say Josh Allen.
Same.
And actually, I wanted to get your opinion on this slower. I wanted to do a separate video at some point later where all three of us just come in with our top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and we just kind of list them off and yell at each other for how wrong the other ones are. So instead of a tier list, we just all list our top 10 quarterbacks because that's what matters. Nobody cares about the Daniel Jones and the Brock Purdy's out there.
Wow.
That's fair.
Had to slide out.
Fuck you, Brock Purdy.
We know who's not
Getting hot takes in here now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let me know when.
Drop a like.
Drop a like. And the last hot take I will give of the actual whole year is one that it was actually a very funny moment if you guys actually watched the Commanders and Eagles game fully. Jump over the line 2 times, and then it was just encroachment, and then the referee said, "Actually, I can actually award a score, believe it or not, guys."
I didn't know it was a thing until
I didn't know that was a
he
thing
said
either.
that, and I'm like, oh, it makes
No,
sense.
nobody did. Did you see that meme of the Joe Biden, like where he's like walking and then he like turns around, and it was that ruling, and it showed Patrick Mahomes when he heard it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Well, because I was like, it makes sense, like in Madden.
It was entertaining. That was an entertaining part of the game, at least. I was glad I actually sat through that fuck show to just get to that part.
I am going to change what I actually think about the Burley shove / the fucking Philly push, whatever the fuck you want to call it, tush push. I think he should actually just stay in the NFL at this point.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Just again, you have to clearly get the whatever first down, touchdown, whatever you're going for.
It has to be like
it needs to be clear that you got it.
It needs to be indisputable. Like
when Jalen Hurts goes in, he's like 3 yards into the end zone.
Yeah.
Like
Or
Josh
even the first
Allen
down.
was like teetering on that line. So I don't think Josh Allen should be awarded that. Whereas Jalen Hurts is like flying into the end zone on it. So all right, Slower. We appreciate you all season long. You will obviously be back next year. I haven't fired you yet. Yes,
I'm just kidding.
Ben, he has to. This is why I make the decision, Slower.
Top 10 quarterbacks win.
The top 10 quarterbacks win. We will try to figure that out. Hopefully, I'd love to do it before I go to Florida, but we'll see.
Probably.
See you, Slower.
Peace.
Peace. All right, so it is time to get into it. Our Super Bowl predictions, and we're gonna make this quick because honestly, we don't care. We don't. We don't care.
I'm rooting for the Meteor.
I'm rooting for the Meteor. We're all Team Meteor over here.
I'm rooting for it 2 ways because 1, it would cancel the game, and 2, the game is in New Orleans, so I see it as twofold.
Bottom line, though, we're not going to sit here and just piss and moan about the game the entire time. We will actually sit here and give our take as to why we think who we pick is going to win. And you know what? We'll start with you. We'll get your Super Bowl prediction, why they're going to win, what your score is, and what this game really comes down to.
I will say this. Compared to, what was it, 2 years ago? Yeah, the first matchup. I would argue both these teams are entirely different. The Chiefs in that Super Bowl, they showed how well their offense was. And then last year, obviously, with the Niners, they showed how well their defense was, which is still the case this year, obviously. So it's a different formula for success for the Chiefs for this time around against Philly. And in Philly's case, they kept more or less the same identity. Then you know what? I hate saying this. You know what this Philly team reminds me of? This Philly team reminds me of the Golden State Warriors when they added KD. Because the Warriors were already great. Like, as I'm saying, team construction-wise. But when you add KD, it just makes your team so much better. So when you add a running back like Saquon that fits your system so well, it makes your team better. So I have to... I know everyone's going to say, oh, because of the script. I have to go with the Chiefs just because I believe so much in that defense. Because they really, outside of Chris Jones, I can't name anyone on that defense. It's such a scheme fit. Like, it's such a great matchup, in my opinion, for the Chiefs. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I would say this is going to be a low-scoring game, I think. Fuck, we're going to go weird. We're going to say 26-24, and I think it's because the Chiefs will have the lead, and Philly just won't be able to get a playoff.
I just want to throw this out there because I do all the editing. 26-24 is like one of your most common scores that you pick, and I always look at it and I'm like, why does he... that never is the one you hit.
Because I always either put 26 or 27, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, we won't give that extra point.
Now it's my turn.
Really is the odd one.
You all know me pretty well. I couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to pick the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. I am as well going to go with the Chiefs in this game. Here's the bottom line. If Philly is going to win this game, they're going to have to win it by more than one score, and I just don't see that happening. That's the problem. I can't see a world in where Kansas City is down by more than one score anytime in the fourth quarter. So that's the unfortunate way that I'm kind of seeing it for Philly fans. Like you said, I think that this is probably the toughest defense that Philly has played probably all season. And
yeah,
this is a lot harder for Saquon than this entire playoff run has been, because let's be honest, there was not too many tough defenses in the NFC. I think this is going to be a whole new ball game, and I think that's going to catch Philly by surprise early, and they're not going to be able to jump out to the lead that they normally do, and this is going to come down to a one-score game. I'm not saying Philly's losing this game by a lot, but this is going to come down to a one-score game late in the game, and that's where Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are probably the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
In that category, finishing out games. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this one, 31-27. To be honest, scores really don't matter. If we get one of these scores right, it's not like those points will carry over to anything, but
it's like bragging rights.
Yeah, it'll be bragging rights. It's never happened. We've never gotten a score prediction in a Super Bowl, but could be this year. So that is our Super Bowl picks. Surprise, surprise, we are both going with the Kansas City Chiefs. As I said in the AFC Championship game, we lived through the Tom Brady era. We lived through now the Patrick Mahomes era. It is super hard to bet against either of those teams. So that is really what it comes down to. Philly has a tall task ahead of them. If Philly wins the Super Bowl, I'm not going to be like mad or anything like that. It's just lay off the fucking Giants, man. Come on. Why has this whole season just been fuck the Giants? I don't understand that.
Honestly, I can't even. I don't know.
Guys, we have appreciated you all season long, and if you've appreciated this video at all, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in Season 6, which I'm getting closer and closer to turning this into a live show. I hate editing. You all know it. I hate it. And I finally have a computer that's giving me problems, but a supposedly better computer.
You got an off season to get that fixed.
So I have an entire off season to figure this out, and I would love to turn this into a live show. So we'll see what we can do for that next year. Season 6 could be huge. We have a whole off season to plan that out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Have a great one, guys. We will see you next season. Peace. 4-time champion. I don't even like what do you have to say to these people? Like, if you're like, you know how Biden had to go up there and like give his loser speech, or you know how like Sean McDermott had to sit there and talk to the media after a heartbreaking loss? This is your chance to talk to the fans and tell them what you're going to change this offseason and how you're going to get better.
First, hold that. All right, bye guys.
I will be back next year.
Bye, guys.